Namaste, creative yogis. How you all doing out there? Happy New Year. I hope you had a brilliant Christmas and New Year and had a chance to recharge, and you're feeling really focused and excited about 2025. So we've just rolled into that lovely energy, this new energy from last year, and we also had the full moon flowing through. We're actually going to have another full moon on the 13th, so we're halfway through this lunar cycle, and this full moon that's just been is in the air element. I've got to think back. It feels like 10 million years ago. So and the air element is all about the heart chakra, the heart and lungs, working with your breath, being tuned in and listening and paying attention to what your heart's telling you, following your bliss, and which is a lovely way to start 2025. So from a numerology point of view, we've gone from an 8-year 2024 to a 9-year in 2025. So that's really interesting stuff. So the 8-year last year was all about cultivating abundance and learning how to let go of the blockages to your birthright, which is to live a happy and abundant life. So over the course of last year, these beautiful life lessons flowed through to help us let go of low self-esteem, lack of confidence, any kind of self-sabotaging behavior, any kind of toxicity in ourselves or in our environments, starting to really break free of all of that and starting to step into our power, into our natural leadership, recognizing that we are sovereigns of our own life. We have that sovereignty, we have that birthright, that we deserve to be happy, we deserve to be abundant, to have all our needs met. All that sort of stuff was what last year was all about. So it was a very interesting year, and when you reflect back on it, I'm sure you'll see that it showed up in very interesting ways for you. And certainly I'm sure you had some victories along the way to help you as you were figuring stuff out. So we're taking all of that into this new year. So it is a progressive year. So you'll be building on what you achieved last year. And the number 9 is a very spiritual number. So it's weaving in our spirituality into our heart space and seeing the value of spiritual practice. And so, I always find obviously yoga, meditation are very, very spiritual practices, but also being in nature. And it's really about tuning in and being a witness and listening to yourself, and you have a soul purpose, and it's tuning into that. It's beautiful. Once you start to recognize that there's a reason why you're here. There's a reason why you have the gifts that you have, why you're drawn to certain members of the community, why you're drawn to help certain people, why you're drawn to be around animals or be around children or be around artists or be around medical people or whatever it is, whatever community you're part of, there's a reason why you're drawn to that, and it's still your soul purpose. And this year is going to reveal that to you in very beautiful ways. It's just such a gorgeous, gorgeous year. Once you begin to combine your soul purpose with your heart's desire, you are unstoppable. You absolutely have complete confidence that what you're doing is what you're meant to be doing. And there is a real deep, deep trust in the universal energy once you start to tune into this stuff and you let go of fear. And I think fear is the biggest block that we all have to let go of. When we were going through the global drama, people were very triggered by fear, and we saw how that panned out. So we have a lot of fear inside of us that we need to clear, and this year is helping us to really break free of that vice-like grip that fear can have, and it really can affect us quite negatively. So actually gorgeous, really healing year ahead for us. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how that flows through the year, what kind of life lessons it's going to kind of provide for us, and obviously tune into the moon energy to help us understand that stuff. So I've got a new tarot deck that was gifted to me over Christmas from one of my students, and it's called The Soul's Journey. So it's interesting that she chose this deck to give to me. So she's quite tuned into the universal energies, and so I'm really happy that she's given this to me. And I pulled out a card just before I started this video for you guys, and this is the card that came up for you, which is happiness. It's a lovely green, you know, of the heart chakra. So I'm going to read this because it's really appropriate to this combination of heart and soul and what exactly that means. It's beautifully written. So here we go, happiness. I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. Before incarnating, your soul created a blueprint for you to follow in this physical dimension. The easiest way to chart this path is to follow your bliss. Life is full of choices and opportunities. Spirit, in its infinite wisdom, has given you the emotion of happiness to guide you. The signposts are always there, but you have to acknowledge them and have the courage to follow them. As you hold this card, do you feel that you are living a life of happiness? And what area is it lacking? It may be time to be truthful with your soul self. Listen to its language and intuit if there is someone or a scenario holding you back from experiencing complete happiness. Even though it may be painful to admit, you need to be completely truthful. Be mindful of how happiness will affect every aspect of your life on your path. Also intuit if there is someone else in your life who needs to be brought into the awareness of happiness. This is important to recognize as well. Others will want to learn from you. I think this is a very key thing that you're going to learn this year as you step into your leadership energy. I'll read that again. Others will want to learn from you. And whether you admit it or not, you can be their teacher. When you are filled with love and compassion, not only do you bring happiness into your life, but you lead others by example. Be the light. Very powerful. I'm getting goosebumps. You know, that is what this year has on offer for us. So it's going to be a very, very special year this year. So looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to sharing the downloads I receive, the wisdoms I receive, and passing it on to you. Speaking of which, I'm feeling quite drawn to go down to Uluru, to Ayers Rock. I'm feeling like there's something down there energetically speaking. And there's also some artists down there I want to work with. So I'm in the process of negotiating a job down there so that I can spend a bit of time down there. So I hope that I get there and I can share that beautiful part of Australia with you. So fingers crossed. But what will be, as they say. You know, I trust that the universe knows what it's doing. If I'm not meant to be there, then something else will come up. So I'll keep you posted about that one. And that's it for me today. Have a lovely week. Namaste, Creative Yogis.